Hey, what's up guys? It's Jeffrey here from the Guitar Institute, and today I want to give you a simple hack to make all your ones and four chords sound better. We're going to go into a little bit of theory today, but mostly what I want to talk about is the All the Chords book and how to use it. So if you have the All the Chords book, it's been one of our most popular chord books we've ever sold just because it has 2,280 chords inside of it, which is a heck of a lot of chords. A lot more than you could probably ever memorize in your whole life. But one way to use that book is to just look at it as if you're just finding major seventh chords. Now, major seventh chords are super, super popular in pop music, really helpful when you're songwriting or just trying to make a chord progression sound more interesting. So you can crack that book open for one thing and find all the different ways to play major seventh chords, or at least a heck of a lot of ways to play major seventh chords. But jump back a step, I'll get you there. So what I want to do today is show you how to take that major seventh chord that you'll find in the book and then put it into your song. Major seventh chords work out, oh, there goes my book. They work out to fit into songs really well as your one chord and your four chord. And if you don't know what that means, we're basically talking about the Nashville number system right now, which is all the chords that go inside of a key signature are labeled as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Let me give a quick rundown on that, like the 30-second version. So in the key of G, the key of G is built off of chords that are around the G major scale. So the G major scale sounds like this. And every one of those notes in the scale is the starting note of a new chord. So the first note of the scale, if you build a chord off the first note of the scale, you build the one chord. If you build a chord off the second note of the scale, you build a two chord. Third note of the scale, you build the three chord. So on and so forth. We'll talk about why those chords sound the way they do, maybe in another video. But today, we're going to talk about major seventh chords. So again, you can replace the one chord and the four chord very easily with major seventh chords. So on your chord chart, it's as easy as you're on stage, maybe it's a Sunday morning getting ready for the church service, or you're in band practice getting ready for your Friday night gig, or you're just a dude at home wanting to sound better on guitar. You've got a chord chart in front of you. You navigate and find, okay, the C major chord is the one chord. That means the F major chord is the four chord. And I know, because Jeffrey told me in this video, the one and the four sound great as major seventh chords. So then you're going to crack open your All the Chords book and find all the ways to play a C major 7 and an F major 7 and fit them into your song and see what happens. A little bit of theory behind that chord. So the major seventh chord is basically what we're doing is we're taking that major scale and we're stacking every other note. So let's go back to G. In the major scale we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1. So to build my major chord, what I'm doing is I'm playing the first note of the scale, skipping the second, adding the third, skipping the fourth, and adding the fifth. So 1, 3, 5. And then the G chord is 1, 3, 5, just repeated over and over again in this voicing. 1, 3, 5, 1, 5, 1. If I want to make that a major seventh chord, or just a seventh chord in general, I have to take the seventh note of the scale and fit it in to this chord. So again, 1, skip the 2, add the 3, skip the 4, add the 5, skip the 6, add the 7. So now I can add this 7 and it'll be a major seventh chord. Not a great voicing. You'll find that voicing in All the Chords, but it's not the great one. So this is what I mean by grabbing all the chords and finding the perfect voicing. So a better way to play that chord is to take the 1 that's up here and drop it down a half step to the 7th. Remember, if we just play our major scale, 7 right there gives us our major 7th chord. So a beautiful way to play that G chord, you know, if I'm playing like a 1, 4, 5 progression, I I can start off with a major 7. Add some tension, add some like interest into that chord progression. Now remember I said you can do the same thing with the 4 chords. So let's go to the 4 chord, the C chord, and we're gonna build the chord the same way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Add the 1, the 3, and the 5, and then the 7. So 1, skip the 2, add the 3, skip the 4, add the 5, and then we're going to go up to the 8 and drop it down 1/2 step to the 7. So there's our major 7th chord there. So we have our major 1 chord, major 4 chord to the 5. Cool, right? So you can do that in any song, in any key. Swap your 1s and 4s with major 7th chords using your All the Chords book. You'll find all kinds of ways to do that. Have fun, enjoy, and I'll see you next time.